it's very difficult to face a federal charge. Nobody wants to go through a case in federal court. In fact, there's an old cliche that says, don't make a federal case out of it. And why do they say that? Because a federal case means something is serious and implications will follow. The vast majority of people who face a criminal charge, either through indictment or criminal complaint or criminal information, will also face a sentencing hearing. And even though you may pursue a pathway to argue for liberty with a trial, I made that decision to go to trial, and it cost me a very long sentence. I'm Michael Santos, and a federal judge sentenced me to 45 years in federal prison. I was incarcerated for 26 years, and I learned a great deal about what a person could do to influence that sentencing hearing. Unfortunately, I had already been sentenced when I learned those lessons, and it's what we write about at Prison Professors. You could look at the Department of Justice's website, like today's article here on the United States Attorney's Office for the Central District of California. I live in Orange County, so I'm really always like scrolling down this page, and I'm reading these articles about Moreno Valley man who pleads guilty to running a Ponzi scheme that took in more than $24 million from hundreds of victim investors. And a second one that says U.S. Navy sailor who is sentenced to more than 2 years in prison for transmitting sensitive U.S. military information to a Chinese intelligence officer. Or a Gardena man who was sentenced to 27 years in federal prison. I mean, 2 indicted on $8.5 million nationwide Airbnb VRBO scam that allegedly defrauded thousands of victims and discriminated against renters. I mean, what do all these people have in common is they had to get ready before sentencing. And if they did a good job, they can't change the past, but they may be able to influence how authorities will see them in the future. And some of the work that I do is trying to build advocacy programs that will allow people to work toward earning freedom. In fact, that's the title of one of the books that I wrote, Earning Freedom. We want to show people that it is better to have a system that doesn't measure justice through the turning of calendar pages, but rather the efforts that an individual makes to prepare for success and a law-abiding life upon release. And we're super proud to be able to produce this content and send it into prisons. But if you're watching this on YouTube, you've got to be thinking about, what can I do so I spend the least amount of time in prison? Self-advocacy and mitigation strategies are ongoing efforts, but they start by preparing before a pre-sentence investigation report. They continue with preparing before a sentencing hearing, and they continue with preparing with regard to release plans and other efforts that show you are working to demonstrate why you're a great candidate to be getting out of prison early. Regardless of how you choose to respond to a criminal charge, in my view, you should be thinking about, how am I going to prepare for that sentencing hearing? And that's what we try to teach people at Prison Professors. We encourage you to use all of our free resources and tools. And of course, if you need help, our team is more than qualified to help you engineer your own mitigation strategy. I am Michael Santos, and I believe in you.